Listen, there have been many times where I could have given up. I've dealt with, like many others, I've dealt with a lot of trauma. I've dealt with a lot of different obstacles in my life growing up very early as a young kid. I had my mother taken away from me not once, but twice because she had to go to prison for killing someone. Killing someone not once, but twice. So imagine the psychological trauma that you go through and how you process, how you deal with certain things. And one of the things I had an issue with was my temper. Like, I was willing to go all the way because I came from that environment within my own house, from having cousins and other neighbors that were really about that life. But I knew that that was a a one-way ticket to hell. First of all, it was another one-way ticket to either losing my life or being locked up in jail forever, while I've changed the dynamics of somebody else's family's life forever. And so I didn't want to exist in that particular place. So I had to figure out, how do I self develop myself? How do I change my circumstance? And for me, what worked for me was sports. It was basketball. And it was using that and education to go off to college, which took me out of my community, which allowed me to be around other ideals, other ambitions, other aspirations, other educational conversations, and just life conversations in itself. I think the most powerful moment in my life was around 12 or 13 years old, when one of my mentors, and still one of my mentors to this day, Roderick Howard, he was a employee of Dallas Housing Authority, but he also, was over the youth program, him and Philip Teague. And they would always take us to play at the church league and play in different tournaments. But this particular year, we were going to Denver, Colorado. Now, mind you, I'm from South Dallas. I'm from the hood. I've never even probably even heard of Denver, Colorado, let alone been to Denver, Colorado, or even let alone left my hood. I haven't traveled anywhere. But he had the bold idea to take some guys from the projects, off to Denver, Colorado, and it ended up being like one of the best experiences ever. Ended up being FCA, which, for the ones who don't know, that's Fellowship of Christian Athletes. So me growing up in the church, that felt like home, but it was a different atmosphere, because not only were you waking up at 6:30 in the morning, going to the basketball court, not to play basketball, not to touch a basketball, but to sit in community with other young people reading the Bible, then discussing the Bible, then getting breakfast, then get into the sporting activities of the day. So that in itself changed the whole narrative. And I always tell the story about when me and my guys got there, we thought we was going to go there and just wreck shop, like, because we've been playing together for years, so we all know each other's game, and we're going to go out there and we're going to compete and we're going to dominate. We're going to kick these guys' butt because they don't know what's up. We from the hood, we got the edge, right? But the crazy thing about it, this is how God works, and this is how God was working in my life even then, and I didn't know it. Soon as we got there, all the buses arrived at the same time, and every single person was getting off the bus. I noticed that counselors were at the door of the bus, and they were separating people in different ways. I thought that was a little strange, but I was like, oh, they must just got different. They're not together. That's what I thought. Those guys weren't together. They just got them assigned or whatever. But I knew me and my guys, we came from South Dallas together. Me and my guys, we are together. That's what my mind is thinking. So as we're exiting the bus, it happens to us. She tries to send me this way, sends my boy this way. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're together. We're in this thing together. She's like, no, and they were so pleasant, just so nice. Oh yeah, I understand that, but let's do this for now, and then we'll circle back and let you know what this is all about. So I get assigned my cabin. I go inside this cabin. The cabin has my roommates in there. There's three guys. It's literally the United Nations. There's an Asian kid, a Latino kid, and a white kid with red hair. I never forget. I never forget my face when I walked. The feeling that I had, rather, when I walked in that room, and I jokingly, tell people what was going through my mind. I was like, "Damn." we're gonna lose every game. We're gonna lose every game. But what's so crazy? We end up having the best rapport, the best relationship, the best time, and we did not lose every game. Those guys were scrappy. We were balling. We had a really great time. But that changed. That changed something within my soul. That changed something within my spirit. Being around a certain level of brotherhood, commitment, and intention when it comes to learning, receiving the Lord's word, but more importantly, just learning from aspects of people that were in the room with me. You know, the one kid, Mike, with the red hair that I was telling you about, he kept a journal, and I thought that was the most, um, I thought it was the most interesting thing. I was like, "You have a journal? What do you? Why do you have a journal?" I was just so confused. Why would this kid have a journal? I knew girls had a diary, but that shows you my level of thinking, right? And it's like I'm writing out my goals, things I want to do. I'm just talking about how I felt during the day, what I'm gonna do the next day. And I thought that was ultimately, I thought it was really cool because the next year when I went back, that whole year after that, I had been writing in my journal, right? And so that's something that it translated positively to me to now where I'm writing in my journal all the time positively and about different things, and that's what life gives you. So life it life's direction doesn't always go according to your plan, but the best that you can do in this life is to keep your faith, to keep charging forward and make adjustments. And don't be afraid to fail fast. And just know that when you do fail, it's only a shortcoming and it's classified or categorized or should be categorized as temporary failure. That's not it. If you're breathing, you're alive, you got your capacities in place, you have an opportunity to continue to push forward. And I urge everyone to do that. One of the reasons why I created Use Everybody, this particular book is meant to empower and to inspire you, but also to bring you into the understanding of the new age and era that we're in now, because we deserve to be prosperous. We deserve to live in abundance. And one of my soul things, I've turned into this financial psychologist, this lifestyle psychologist. I really want to figure out for myself how to truly live in abundance. How do I create these systems? How do I create a personal brand? How do I engage in this new social atmosphere? But then, not only how do I do it now, how do I give that to others? How do I inspire others to understand the importance of where we are right now and excite them because we are in one of the most exciting eras ever, because there are going to be at least 500,000 new multimillionaires over the next 5 to 10 years. And literally anyone that's listening right now could be one of those individuals without a college degree, without being a doctor or dentist, owning multiple companies. It's going to be possible, and it's possible right now. So I urge any and everyone at minimum to make that small investment in yourself and use it as a blueprint and a framework and a guideline to help you usher in a new path of thinking and a new path of doing things that's going to help you and your family become prosperous in this new digital age that we're living in. Thank you.